In this video, we'll go over 20 true or false statements based around mounts in WoW. There will be 3 stages of difficulty. First 5 questions will be easy, the next 10 will be medium, and the last 5 will be hard. There'll be a grading scale at the end of the video to see how well you did. Now, let's get started. There are mounts in the game with vendors on them that allow you to buy and sell things on the go. Fact: there are indeed many vendors associated to mounts. Mounts used to require a 3-second cast time in order to use them. Fact: it used to be a 3-second cast time, and it wasn't changed to 1.5 seconds until mid-Wrath of the Lich King. Warlocks and Paladins were the only 2 classes in vanilla WoW to get their mounts for free, at absolutely no cost to them. Crap, they had to pay a lot in quest materials for the epic mounts, including the class training costs. As a reward for collecting 300 mounts, you are given the Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent. Fact: once you collect 300 mounts on a single character, you'll get the Lord of the Rings achievement, which awards that mount. In Mists of Pandaria, mages were given their very own class mount in the form of Flying Dis. Crap. These were given to mages as part of their Order Hall campaigns in Legion. And now we will go on to the medium level questions. First up, from the primal eggs you obtain on the Isle of Giants, you have a chance to get one of 3 mounts at random. The color of one of these 3 mounts is green. Fact: we have a chance of getting a red, black, and green Primal Raptor from the Primal Eggs. The first ever mount obtainable through the Recruiter Friend program was the Swift Zevra. Fact: it's no longer obtainable though, as the Recruiter Friend mounts are most times time sensitive. Mimiron's head can be obtained from killing Mimiron on his hard mode Firefighter in Ulduar. Crap, you obtain the head from hard mode Yogg-Saron. The raid which drops the most amount of mounts is AQ40. Fact: AQ40 has a chance to drop 4 mounts, but they can only be used inside that raid instance. The first ever mount usable at level 1 were the heirloom motorcycles. Crap, it is actually the sea turtles, though they didn't really give you a movement speed increase on land, so they weren't as useful. The profession which creates the most amount of mounts is tailoring. Crap, it's actually engineering. Tailoring allows you to create about 4 flying carpets, and engineering allows you to create 8 mounts, most of which are usable by other non-engineers. The first stage of flying mounts only went at 60% movement speed when they were first introduced in the Burning Crusade, which was slower than epic ground mounts. Fact: the first stage of flying mounts only went at 60% movement speed, and it wasn't increased to the 150% movement speed we have today until mid-Wrath. The Hearthsteed is the only mount in game which can only be obtained by playing a different game, as you have to win 3 games of Hearthstone in order to obtain it. Crap, there is also a mount for playing Heroes of the Storm, and I believe they have other mount promotions for some of the other Blizzard games. But those ones have more to do with like collector editions and stuff. There are 3 frog mounts available from a single vendor, and each one costs 333,333 gold to purchase. Fact, buying all 3 of these mounts will run you about 1 million gold, as long as you can just find the vendor who sells them. Warlords of Draenor was the only WoW expansion that didn't allow you to fly during that expansion, as that wasn't unlocked until Legion came out. Crap. Warlords was the first expansion to introduce the Pathfinder system, so you couldn't fly until halfway through the expansion in the same way as Legion and Battle for Azeroth. Alright, now let's go on to the final 5 hard questions. If you get all 5 of these correct, you have a chance of getting 1 bonus point. In order to start the steps required in order to obtain the secret mount, known as the Riddler Mindworm, you must click on a journal page located in Duskwood next to the Twilight Grove on a bench. Crap. The first page was actually located in Legion Dalaran, on a bookshelf in the Ledgerman Lounge inside a neutral inn. The page on the bench in Duskwood was step number 2. There was only ever 1 legendary mount in the game, and it was known as the Black Karaji Resonating Crystal. Fact. This was the only ever legendary mount added to the game. There was another legendary mount in the game files called Peep's Whistle, but was never added to the game and was never given to anyone. There is a very popular rumor that it was given to a kid for a Make-A-Wish wish, but that kid was actually just given a copy of Ashes of Alar. And there's even GM confirmation that Peep's Whistle was never put in the game. The first ever holiday mounts were the unarmored Brewfest Kodo and the unarmored Brewfest Ram. Crap. The Kodo was never added to the game, though it was in the game files and even has flavor text. Only the unarmored Ram was added to the game before they added the 2 armored versions later on. There are a handful of no-fly zones in the game, zones which do not allow you to use your flying mounts. The following 4 zones are all no-fly zones: Azira Isle, Ghostlands, Argus, and the Timeless Isle. Fact, all 4 of these zones do not allow you to fly in them. You could get the Bengal Tiger mount in Vanilla WoW by wall hopping in Stranglethorn Vale to get to a cave which housed a hidden vendor which would sell it to you. Crap, this was actually a very famous rumor. Not true though. Alright, and I'll have a grading scale on screen. If you get all the hard questions correct, you can give yourself 1 bonus point. And if you got a score of 18 or higher, you are a World of Warcraft mount expert. Hey, and if you like the video, you can help out this series by just subscribing. These videos don't do so well on my channel, but they do very well on stream compilation channels, so I know there's a market for them.